Hello everyone. So should we start or should we wait more?
I think we should start.
Okay. And I guess whoever is not coming, it's their loss. I'm not allowing anybody else in now because I don't want to keep doing that. All right. So let me just first give you like a basic, let's say an intro or an introduction to what has been done or what needs to be done. Okay. Now, one second. There is some problem with my mouse. Why? I am clicking and it doesn't allow me to. Oh my God. Yes, this is the one. And we take it here. Can you see the screen or no?
No.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm. All right. So, okay. I guess now you should be able to see the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I think somebody is messaging in the group that they are in the waiting room, but I don't intend to allow them now. Okay, last time. And I will not allow anybody else because this will keep happening. Right. So we were to talk about this Akashic records and Akashic reading and about this tarot reading. How many of you have heard about it, known this, taken a reading, uh, any such information at all?
I keep seeing in reels, that's all. Actually, I don't know about this.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else even heard of it? Uh,
I have heard
Yes.
of it,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
never taken a
I
reading.
heard about it.
okay. So what do you know about this?
Basically,
Uh,
as you've said, it's everything that it's a record of all your past lives.
Mm,
Um, and essentially, a high master can access those records
okay.
uh, to help you figure out if there are certain situations in your current life
Mm,
which are impediments. And so
okay.
you know what's happened,
Mm.
which is why you're facing certain situations now, and then how that can be probably remedied or so on. But essentially, it's like, as you've also rightly put it here, it's everything
It's
of
yeah,
your past lives.
it's not my it's the notes what I got from my teacher.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so this is the notes I got from my teacher, and I'm putting it up to give you an
got it.
idea about what I learned and what is being taught in the market. Okay, so now this says it's like everything you have done, you've felt, you've gone through in all your lives and all forms and since the eternity and whatsoever, right? And this is called Akashic Records. Okay, and now I got like this one whole book of things like like now these are supposed to be like aligned with your chakras or you're the color of your aura. Okay, now Now there is something called soul contracts and karmic connections and all these things. Now soul contract is like your soul decides to, make science contracts with other people or other souls you're going to meet in the lifetime. Um, well, even before you're born. That's the soul contract role or whatsoever. That is what is being said by any of the Akashic record teachers or whatsoever. Okay. And now the karmic records is like the record of your action. Now there are like free will record. Now you can see on this slide also like what are the connections and whatever it is there. Now it goes from the color of your aura also. So if you have these kind of colors in your aura, okay, I will tell you what is aura and what how it is measured also. So this is about Akashic records, which is being taught, or um, people are going around doing this. So there is also now how do you actually, um, let's say, who are the lords of this Akashic record? Okay, now they are the masters, teachers, divine spirits, and you can see now there are like different symbols which are used here. Okay. And this can actually mean some religion also. Let's not dig deep into it because during the class it was mentioned. I'm just putting it across, basically vomiting it from yesterday. So now these are the Akashic Masters are like super energetic beings. They know every soul's histories, right? And then there is a library which can help, and you can ask them anything from your Akashic records, right? So now, till now, has any question arisen in your mind? You can ask me. Any questions in your minds about this? Like, let's say, how does it work? Who can do it?
Who can store it?
Okay, great question.
I mean, our past lives and all. Who can store it?
Okay, so there is also one part or one sector of community who believes that these are the Chitragupta's records. Okay, we all know that
Okay, okay.
Chitragupta is
Yeah, yeah.
writing it, everything, and we know the
Uh-huh.
story, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
people say that this is the Chitragupta's record, but of course, the other religion people have a different story to it, and they say it's like the Akashic
Mm-hmm.
records and the masters, but they are giving it a
Mm-hmm.
generic name so that it is accessible by every religion and not just Hindus. Point number one. This is where I slam it down because it is again targeting people based on whatever shit. So next. Now your physical type and how you react to others things, so that is something which has been defined. And then now there is let's say what type you are. Okay, you like to listen or you like to touch, feel, or you like to, I can share this notes in the group, point
Okay.
blank. There's no issues. If anybody's interested, just ping me, I will give it to you. Okay, now what is this exactly? Any questions you have in your mind? I'm like really curious about that.
Yeah, I have a question. I just want to know,
Yes.
like, what kind of people can learn this, or like, is there any specific qualities the person should have, or any specific aura or the energy they should
Okay,
have? Those are
great.
the people who can only learn this.
Yes, I asked the same question, and the answer was anybody can learn this and everybody can do this. All you have to do is you have to build your intuitions. Okay, I will tell you what was taught also. How to build your intuitions, I will talk about that also. Okay,
Okay.
yes. So basically, anybody can do it, is what the answer I had got. So these are the types, the clairvoyant and clairaudient and blah, 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 and whatever. So these are the types. Okay. So this is like the test was to imagine a bird. Okay, so now the explanation was did you imagine a bird sitting? Did you imagine a bird? Did you imagine yourself touching the bird, holding it in your hand, or did you imagine the bird like in the cage and you were seeing, or you just, like imagine that you were just listening to the bird and things like that. And this is like, how do I say, the explanation or the uh, differentiation of those imaginary, like the visuals, what I just said. That was the task. We were told to imagine a bird, and whoever got, like enjoy feeling things, like whoever held the bird in the hand, now they were this clairsentient, and what is this clairaudient? Okay, so these are the things. Now, this is your type, I believe. Ajayji, you can unmute and laugh. I can, it's okay.
Okay, it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. And then now there will be the psychic blocks or filters which will actually stop you from getting this energy. Okay. So what are those? Now psychogenic and the energy related. Now the psychogenic is like bad memories and experiences that you have had. You have to heal yourself first from that. And then your worries, your negative habits, and then your fear, belief, expectation, judgments, and opinions, everything. I mean, if you're judgmental about others, you can't do this. So that is the criteria. Now, but there is also ways that you can tame yourself not to become judgmental. That is being taught. And you will be like, really surprised and mind blown if I tell you how to do it. Well, now next is this energy related. Okay. Now this is that negative energy and imbalanced chakras. Now negative energy, I can say very, rough example. Let's say if somebody bought a new car, in your cousins or your friends or someone, and you start to feel jealous about it, that is also negative energy. So that kind of negative energy. And then imbalance chakras, about chakras. If there is an imbalance in the chakra, then there is no flow of, intuitions through your body, and you will not know, and things like that. Oh, okay. So now how to get this out? How to get this out? By meditation and mindfulness. And then there is also aura cleansing and chakra balancing techniques. Okay. I want people to please unmute and talk. Yeah. So now setting up, now where you can do this, right? So a peaceful place where there is no distraction. Okay. And then you have to rest calmly and in your comfortable position. You can begin with 30 minutes. Okay. And then soothing music, white noise, rain sound, whatever you can use as your meditative music, or what do you say, your hearing thing, whatever you put to thing. Okay, now then diving in, now this is how you actually can energize yourself to read the Akashic records, is what is being taught. Right, so take in the three deep breaths through your nose and take it out through mouth. Basically this is box breathing. Okay, what is being taught here. And then now you can trigger like by rubbing palm, and you can chant om. And you have to observe every breath, concentrate while you're breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Okay, decluttering your energy. Now you have to feel the air enters your body and then goes out with all the negativity and blah 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 and stuff. I'm going to run through these slides. So now you have to feel your organs working and thank them. Feel your blood flowing in your veins and thank it. So basically, you're following gratitude and you're thanking everyone for or everything, basically. Okay, now mindfulness, this is how you do. Somebody, I mean, if you want, you can read it out, or like I said, I will just share this. Okay. When not to open the Akashic records. This one. When you're in influence of alcohol, drugs, when you're tired, drowsy, or sleepy, when you're driving or doing something that needs your serious attention, when you're angry or emotionally not sound. I think this is the time you basically don't do anything important. Over. Now, how preparing to access the Akashic records, okay? Comfortable setup, your optional smudging, okay? I don't know if anybody knows what is smudging. Do you
No,
know?
no, I
No.
do not know.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
okay, smudging is basically you burn some kind of sage or you burn even dhoop sticks, agarbattis, and dhuni, what is called in Hindi. That's called smudging.
Okay.
पता है
Dhuni, okay, or even you can burn anything like which has fragrance which gives out smoke, and
Fragrance.
then yes, and then you just like um was it sambrani? You just like rotate in the whole house and things like that, right? Especially when you're doing any puja, that's called smudging. Okay. And these steps will get you enter the Great Hall. Great Hall is that the library wherein all these records are stored. Reading the records of self and others. So basically, if you do this, you can also read others' records that has been taught. Okay. Now you have to have clear intentions. Now you have to visualize the image of a person with intention. Okay. Now, if I want to make a reading for, let's say, one of you here, I have to take your picture. I have to visualize that I'm reading for you. And I have to imagine on, like I have to access your records. I have to say, like divine energies of Akashic realm. I have to, allow me to access the Akashic records and blah, blah, blah. That's the prayer. And then you open, say an opening verse 3 times with intention. The masters will locate the Akashic records for you and open it to receive your specific questions. Okay. Now, example of opening verses. I call in dash, that is divine energy, lords of Akashic lords, or whoever is your Ishtadevata. To open the doors of the Great Hall, take me to the Akashic records of anybody's full name. Okay. I ask the masters to assist me during the whole period. I look for information in the Akashic records. Now, this is something that I ask for and I will be given access. And now I ask specific questions. I do not judge. I do not fear. I do not hesitate. And then I phrase the questions in a very responsible way that I can make decisions with it. Then I say the closing verse. That example, I thank the masters who have assisted me in this period. And then, I could see that back to my consciousness. It's got me back to my consciousness. Basically, I am drifting to something, like either space or what is it called? The trance state to get the Akashic records. And I'm coming back. Okay, now this is like amending. So it's just like the last few slides are just like a recap. Okay. Now this is like the examples of how you can say the verses, intention, feedback, and patience. Okay. So this is how it goes. And basically, I complete this and I am yet to get the certificate. I will get it in this week, maybe, or in the next week. So your presentation, you should be clean, well-dressed, groomed, humble, gentle, and your center, you should be accessible, calm, hygienic, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So all this said and done. Now, do you have any questions? Any
I didn't
questions
get
at
the
all?
gist of it, Smitaji.
Yes,
I didn't get the gist of the
you didn't get the
Akashic
gist
records.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it straight. So these
Mm,
are some kind of records,
mm,
okay, or your deeds or the karmas, what you have done, which has been stored in the Akasha, which is the space or the either space or the like I said, the Chitragupta's records and whoever has written whatever about you and things like that. Whatever you have done in all your lifetime, all your births, your previous how many ever births you have taken, everything. Okay. Then you get this kind of access to it by doing like the steps what I said. You have to cleanse your chakras, you have to meditate, and then you can, ask for assistance from the Akashic masters, and then you deep dive into the trance state, and then you could read the records and then get the information and tell the people and the corrective measures that you can adopt in this particular lifetime to get good results. Okay,
Okay.
you understood now?
Yeah.
So this was the gist. So you have any questions here? Because I had
Ma'am,
like many questions.
is it same as past life regression?
Kind of.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Is it
also
possible to go in a trance like this?
great question. You can go into trance, but I will tell you how and why.
Mm.
Yes. Next.
I also have a question. So
Yes.
basically, if the Akashic record, like it has been exist for the people, so obviously they generally, because I'm just asking about it because I have gone through the Akashic record reading earlier.
Great. I want to hear
Yeah.
your experience. Yes.
So uh, experience was good because I had certain questions specifically which I wanted to answer for that. But then, yes, when she has started the readings and all, and then I completely lost in myself basically just to understand.
Mm,
And after that, it was a little bit. I was in a confused state of mind, although
mm,
like I trusted completely in everything, and
mm.
I could relate it basically whatever she said. But when she told me about the past life and the other things,
Yes.
so that is what like I was not able to understand completely how it can happen, how somebody can see this, why I
Exactly.
cannot see this. Yeah, this is what
Exactly.
I was also thinking in that way. And this is the question I have with you, because let's suppose, because my past life relationship, everything will remain same.
Mm,
Exactly, because it does not get changed. See, if I have just gone for the reading one time, and
mm,
if I go to the another person, so
mm.
does it differ also, since both of them would be having the separate energy thing, or they can see differently, or the
Okay.
same thing differently,
See,
or it could be the
yeah,
same thing exactly.
logically it should be the same.
Okay.
Logically it should be the same because if you are here and let's say you have had certain number of past lives, you have had a certain number of things, so it should be the same irrespective of whom you go to, whoever reads.
Yes. Yeah,
It
this is
should.
what I wanted, and although I have
Yeah.
only once, like I have gone through, I did not go anywhere else after that. So this was a question. It was from the since starting. It was a question.
Mm.
If I go to the other person, so then will exactly
Well,
those
that's what I
remain
said.
same?
It should remain same. It should.
Okay.
Okay, logically, technically, or however, it should remain same. But where is the validation?
Yes.
So this is like I felt really, like angry, mad. Okay, now you may ask me if I was so reluctant, why did I go join the course? I wanted to join the course, see, understand, know what they're teaching, and then talk about it.
Right.
Okay, I did not want to make my own assumptions and just start talking about it.
Hmm.
So that is exactly why I took up the course. I'm like, okay, now if somebody asks me, then I can say, yes, I have the course material, I have the certification here. Now I have done the course and then I'm talking. Okay, so now my questions were, now if a soul has signed a contract with everybody you meet in this lifetime before you were born, right? So that is being
Right.
told. So now my question was, uh let's say I meet some people who are older than me, who are younger than me, and who will be like born much later than I was, and much earlier people would have died, right?
Right.
And before even I know, like let's say for example, when I was like 2 3 year old, some of my relatives might have died and I would have met them. They would have had a role in my life. So how will my soul sign a contract with somebody, some soul who is already alive now?
Right.
It didn't make sense to me. And then
Hmm.
how will my soul sign a contract with somebody who is yet to be born? Let's say if that person, let's say my daughter signed a contract, her soul signed a contract with my soul before she was born. But I was here, existing here from like whatever 30 years before she was born. So how did she access my soul when I'm alive to sign the contract?
Right.
There was
Makes
no
sense.
answers to this. I asked this question, I did not get an answer. This was my first, like turning down point. Then I asked, how is it possible, okay, for me to understand? Let's say I'm doing a reading for Hindu, okay, and say I close my eyes, I meditate. Let's say I have supernatural powers, I can see things, I start to get visions, everything like it was told. But how do I know that what I'm seeing is Hindus? Well, when Hindu herself cannot confirm that.
Yeah, exactly.
So how
Exactly.
do I know
Validation.
I'm reading it for Hindu? Now there can be many more Hindus in the world. If the Akashic records have, like everybody's data stored,
Hmm.
how is it possible that I can see the person whom I am seeing? And how is it validated that the information is Hindus?
Can
There
I
is
make a
no
I
answer.
comment
mean,
on, can I
who
make a
can
comment on
validate
the
that?
soul contract
Yes,
thought?
please. Yes, please.
So I think when we are in the spirit world, there is a lot of years
Mm,
that we might decide to stay in the spirit world, right? It's up to
mm,
us when we want to come down. So even if um, our child might be born to us after 30 years,
mm,
we would have met as a soul family prior to that. Yeah, because we decide to stay in the spirit world as long as we want.
mm.
Um, and the contract is formed at that particular time. Also, there's something called soul family, right? So, and probably that's continued over a period of time. It's not a one-off thing and then cut off.
No, okay, it's fine. Let's assume that. In that case, like everybody on this earth should be in the spirit world at some point.
Yes, of course.
How is that possible? Then what is going on here on the
Sorry,
earth?
I didn't get it. Like everyone has gone to the spirit world at some point, no?
No, no, but everybody should be there at the same point to sign those contracts. That's what I meant.
Not, yeah, I mean, some will be younger soul, or
No,
some would have
yeah,
not, let's
okay,
not say
fine.
younger
Yeah,
souls.
fine. Let's
Um,
put my family tree.
hmm,
Okay, I don't want to talk about others. Let's put my family tree. So there will be like, let's say 100 people. So 100 people, 100 souls will be in the spirit world at the
okay.
same point. And then only few people will come down. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it depends, right? So if I
How
would
is it
be
possible?
wanting to born, I would be wanting to be born as your daughter, then I would have to come in later, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
that's
what. So if you are able to decide that, then what is the supreme energy or the universal power or whom we call the God is doing?
well, I think we all decide our journey, right? I mean, we could decide to stay in the spirit world, but in the end, we'll all get bored, right? We want to get experiences, we want to balance karma, and we want to learn. So we have to come down eventually.
Okay, but at the same time, let's say if my family tree has 100 people whom I will connect, so all the 100 of us should be in the spirit
Not
world at the
necessary.
same. Why
Not
not? Then how
necessary.
will we sign the contract? How will we sign
Uh,
the contract?
so not everyone has a very big contract with each other, right? It could be
Mm,
different contracts.
no,
So,
I'm not convinced with this idea at all. So
okay.
that is why I was like,
Okay,
I
no, that's fine if you're not. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because my brain cannot process this, maybe if and buts. That is my biggest problem. Because it's like I said, it's not possible for every soul to be in the spirit world for, like however long they want. If we had that control, I mean, then why are we even, like doing all this karma part?
Of course, there are guides, right, who will coach
Hmm.
you, who will guide you and say, like, look, maybe you want to go down now. But we
Nah.
can, a lot of it is our free will, right? What we decide. Let me not use the word free will again because that
Yeah.
confuses with the free will that we have here. But I think at some point there is a lot of guidance, and then at some point you will decide to come to balance things out. Um,
Yeah, that's what I said. If we have the power to decide when to come, so we also have the power to decide how to balance
And,
those things.
and through whom to come?
Yeah, I mean, we should have that
Yeah, of
power,
Yeah,
course,
right? That
you do
yeah.
have the power to choose your mother.
No,
You
then
do choose
I'll
your mother.
choose somebody.
no,
No.
no, I
But
don't
see
think
that
that's the.
I do think because but again there are boundaries, right? It depends on what you have to balance. Now, if you need a certain environment to be balanced, you might say, oh wow, I love to be with this mother, but that may not give you the environment to balance your karma and to have the learning. So you will at that point of time force, and you're at a very high level of consciousness in
That
the
is what I
spirit world.
said. That is
So
exactly what I
yeah.
said. Okay, and how do you think that these people now according to the PDF or according to my teacher, everybody can do this? How is it possible? It's not possible
That
for
I
everybody
don't
to,
think that everyone can access Akashic records. I'm not a big, I don't think so.
because there's
I
no
would,
validation. That, like I said, there is no validation even if
I don't
everybody can
think
now.
you obviously need a high master, right? And you might be the medium, but I don't think that you can access it without a high master. So that's for sure.
Okay, let's say even I have a high master. Okay, now I'm accessing some information,
But
right?
who validates that, Smitaji?
That is what I'm asking. There is
You
no
have
Yeah,
validation to it.
yeah.
no, you have to be a medium for that. I mean,
How? Who is valid? Okay, then I will tell you something. Okay, now
medium.
I
Hmm.
close my
Now
eyes.
yeah.
Okay, let's take this example. Okay, I'm closing my eyes. I'm seeing Akashic records for Delna. I say, Delna, you borrowed like 100 rupees from me previous birth. You have to return it to me now. Will you not ask me how do I know and where is the proof for it? Will you
Of
just
course.
give me the money?
No, no, but that's why there are
Normal.
very few people who can do it, right? It's not everyone who can do it.
No, no, no. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. Now, according to the teachers or according to people, you can actually, that is what is
No, this
being
is the
said.
first time I've heard that you can yourself, everyone can access Akashic records. Honestly, this is the first time. I
Hmm.
would not, I wouldn't believe this. This
Yeah.
I do not believe that everyone can access Akashic
But even
records.
let's say I have the supreme powers and I could access, but then will you not ask me for the proof or will you just hand me over the money?
Well, there will be, of course not. I think there will be, it's not just about Akashic records. I think there'll be a lot of validation if the person is
No, no, that is what I'm trying to say, Delna. How and who will validate this information, whatever the
so
Akashic readers are
yeah,
giving?
yeah. Let me,
Exactly. Hmm.
yeah. No, no, I agree. I agree with completely. And again, I mean, you know, likely Akashic record access should not be the first point, right, of your mediumship experience. There should
Yeah.
be other validation points on the way, which is why you believe and trust in this medium, which is why you finally feel that, okay, I now want to access my Akashic record. I wouldn't go to a medium and in the first go say, I want to access my Akashic records for
No, no,
exactly
no.
the reasons that you mentioned.
Yeah, that is there. And also, how do you even validate any information any Akashic reader gives you? That is something
True.
that I was
I
like,
agree.
like mind blown. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is it even possible? Because I saw one lady whom I don't know her personally, but then her
Uh-huh.
husband I have interacted like many times, and
Yeah.
I have spoken to them. They're like normal people. They're just normal people and married and with children and things like that. Now, with any kind of meditation, and there is also one more thing that has been put up that through yoga nidra you can access. It is impossible. I had a word with my yoga teacher. We sat down, we spoke about it, and we were like, what shit is this? Because yoga nidra is the trance state. Yes, you can, like dive deep into your body, understand your mind, understand what emotions you are going through. You can filter them out, you can blurt them, you can talk about it, you can cry, scream, whatever, but it is about you. It can never be about the other person, or like it is impossible. And let's say if at all the Akashic records are the Chitragupta's register. How can somebody just access with chakra cleansing, aura cleansing, and say om 108 times? How can anybody bless just, like access the Chitragupta's records?
Yeah. So this is a process, right? Uh, being able to connect with your higher consciousness is a process, I feel. It can't be
Yeah,
achieved in 1, 2, 3 years.
yeah,
Yeah, I
but
think
yes, yes. So now
uh,
the Akashic record readers are coming out with a 3-month course or a 3-day course.
that is impossible.
It's a
That to
3-day
me,
course. The one I took is a 3-day course.
I mean, the course might be
And
3 days, but you will have to practice this, and I think
Okay, let's put it
you
this
are
way,
the
Delna.
best.
Yes, I have been practicing chakra meditation for very long time. Very,
Mhm,
very long time.
mhm.
Okay. And I still say I have experienced my own chakras. I have experienced my own emotions opening up. I have cried, screamed, whatever. And I have given chakra meditation lessons to many of you in the group also. But I can still vouch and say I cannot access other person's mind. No, I cannot do
Uh,
that.
yeah.
about that going into trance,
That is what.
how is it
As
possible?
yeah, so going into trance is possible even if you like
Hmm,
intentionally,
hmm.
intensive and like deep meditators, they do go into the trance mode, but they
But
cannot
go,
access
yeah,
others information.
hmm,
Basically you're hacking somebody's information if you're doing
yeah,
this. Somebody raised hand, Sumita, I guess.
But they cannot do that,
Ma-
as I said, without a master. But I
No,
will
no,
shut
no.
up now and I guess let other
Yeah,
people.
somebody, Sumita, had raised the hand.
Ma'am, my question was, is it mentioned somewhere in any of the scriptures about this type of reading or origin, source, something like that?
No, I think
Authenticity of this?
there is nothing. There is no history to this. I'm like, how?
I also had the same question because when I had gone through those readings and all, because
Hmm.
I also just practice the meditation and everything. So because I also understood all these things, like it is all about you because I can feel myself, I can do about my emotions, and then if anybody just go to any higher consciousness also, but then how like they can access to the other person mind, brain,
Exactly.
they can only just feel the other person energy. That's it.
That's
Whether
it,
it
right?
is
That's it. You can
positive, yeah.
only feel their energy and you can say if they're sad, happy, or they're going through something. That you can do it even without meditation.
Yeah.
It is impossible for you to know what has been their journey or their soul's journey.
Right.
At least my brain cannot process this. This is
Same
something
here.
I was taken aback and I wanted to talk about it. This is like really crazy thing that is going on. And you know how much this Akashic reading costs?
How much?
It's a lakh or so. I know someone in Delhi who does.
Yes,
The lakh.
yes.
I know.
And why someone wants to know all about all this previous
I
birth
have
and
no
all?
idea. That is what. See, now the problem is people are going for such things. Let's say I'm in a desperate need of something. Okay, let's say I'm dying,
Okay.
like doctor has told
Hmm.
me you're going to die in 6 months. Now I have a desperate need that I want to save myself. So I am ready to do anything. I am ready to do anything for that, to live a bit longer, to get some access more to something. If somebody can do something, somebody can push this away.
Hmm.
I am in that state of desperation. So when I go to such kind of people and they say lakh, I'm like, okay, 6 months, 1 lakh, it's okay, I can pay. So this is something, it's very, like disturbing to me because I got one client and that is when I started to do this. One client, okay, it was a young girl, 17-year-old, and she was told that she cannot lose weight because she was an elephant in her previous birth.
Oh,
And
That is the funniest
she
thing I've heard.
yeah, yeah, that is what I said I'm like पिछले जन्म का
That
हाथी
that
आगे
can't be
अगले
true. That the person who was saying this is yeah, that can't. That is the weirdest thing I've heard.
yeah, so these are things that is actually happening.
Hmm.
That is what I said. And then 17-year-old girl and who is like really like huge and heavy, wants to lose weight, comes to you for help. And this shit is what you give her.
Yeah, but why would you in the first place go to, if you want to lose weight, you don't go to
No, no. That
uh
see, if she has gone to an
Akashic.
Akashic reader, she must have gone through quite a lot. She must have gone through a lot of pain, lot of humiliation from
Maybe
friends,
as a
family, everybody.
last
She would have
resort.
tried
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
She
Agree,
would have
agree.
tried everything. And she did tell me, she is like from last 2 years, she's tried all possible diets. She has tried everything.
Hmm.
She's got a
Maybe
blood
as a
test
last
done.
resort.
Yes. And then she was like, I heard that it could be from your past life, and that's why I went to this person. And then she was like, I heard Lal Kitab has solutions to this also. This was so disturbing for me because such a young girl, like 17 years, it's just such a tender age, and somebody is just fooling around with her emotions like this. And she paid like 25 grands for that Akashic Records just to realize that she was an elephant, and that's why she's not losing weight.
Some kind of fear mongering.
Yes. I was like, what are you even doing? Who asked you to do this? I said, you please go check your one thyroid levels for this, and then check your estrogen, check your PCOS or whatever if you have. So these are the things that you need to check first. And then consult a fitness coach who can help you do it.
She goes to a dietitian, then they will check any which ways. They will give her a battery of tests, so
That
thyroid
is
and
what I said. She said she tried everything and all her reports were normal, but she's still not losing weight.
that is not possible.
Yeah, that is what she told me. I said, I asked her to share her reports, and then, like I would probably look at it and things like that. Then, yeah. Then I said, you need a fitness coach who can help you, a guide who can help you.
Because your metabolism usually is pretty high at that age, and the thing is, thyroid. Yes, I mean thyroid can act up at any point of time, so thyroid is the best thing to check. But then there are others very deep diseases that we are not
That is
aware.
what I said. See, the thing is, the point is not about what is her problem. The point is about how she's been guided.
Yeah.
So this is exactly why I just wanted to, like make this video, talk to people, and then, create awareness that this is bullshit. Don't go for such things. Yes, yes, Sony. It is a very new concept. It's
I
a
think
very new
the
concept, never heard. And why is it being called Akashic Records? Because they don't want to call it Chitragupta's register because it's only limited to Hindus.
I think off late there are many quacks that have come up who do this.
Yeah. I was slamming down tarot for all the while, but this, like, crossed all the limits.
Can you say a bit about tarot? Because that's something that I'm a bit skeptical about.
See, you are skeptical about tarot. At least you have something to read from. There is something physical to read from. It's like tossing a coin.
Hmm.
Okay, because tarot was a game.
But I also hear that tarot is also dependent a lot on the person who's reading, the person's intuition.
Yes, exactly. Tarot also was
So,
like a lot of, like intuitions involved, and then it's like hot and cold reading,
mhm.
if you've heard about it. So these tarot, Akashic, even numerology to an extent is a hot and cold reading.
What is that? What is hot and
What's your
cold?
age, Dilna?
49.
49. Okay, now if I say at your age, your parents are naturally old.
Mm-hmm.
So I said I
Only
will
one
just,
parent is there.
yeah, see, I can tell you that, okay, I can, like basically feel you. How have you been with your mother? Is
Mm,
your mother's health going bad? Or
mm,
is she there? Is she not there? These kind of things. Now, this is nothing but a cold reading. Now, depending on your age, I'm just
mm,
telling you that.
mm,
It's not
mm,
a rocket science for anybody to know. And I can
mm,
say you are
mm,
probably spending more money with your, elderly care. You're spending more money in the hospitals for your parents.
mm.
Everybody will have to agree. And then I can say, what do you work as, Delna?
I work in a consultancy.
In a consultancy as
A consultant, I mean, corporate consultant.
a
Hmm.
corporate consultant? What
Hmm.
field, if I may ask?
Auto, semiconductors, industrials,
Okay,
aerospace and
okay,
defense.
let's say, okay. So you're in the corporate world of semiconductors. So I can say, Delna, you are working so hard, you're underpaid, and you're not getting the kind of recognition that you have to. Your colleagues are taking all the credit that you deserve. Especially there is a particular male colleague who is paid much more than you are for all the work you did. He took all the credit. You will say yes. Anybody for that matter will say yes for this,
Okay, so that's a cool.
irrespective of how much you are paid.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say, oh, you should have got more bonus this year, you got less. You should have got more hike this year, you got less.
Comp is always an emotional topic.
That's about it. So this is called hot and cold reading that anybody will agree to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is cold reading.
Yes.
What is hot reading?
No, I mean, it's called hot and cold, and some
Oh,
people call
okay.
it cold reading, and yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's just about that. And I can say, Delna, for the kind of intelligence you have, you should have gotten much better roles.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things that anybody will say yes to.
Got it.
Yeah, so this is exactly what happens even in tarot and in this thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly telling you.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
I have done tarot reading for a while, I know. And like these days, I can show if I have the tarot cards here. Yes. These days you get, like tarot cards which has the meaning marked on
Mm-hmm.
them like this.
Okay. Yeah.
If you can see, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
can see some of it.
Yeah. So it says like that, whatever is there.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay, so
Mm.
you're just anybody now can do a tarot reading. They don't show. Now I'll do a tarot reading for someone. I'll pick it up. I will start to read. Now this says your soul searching, your spiritual enlightenment, your soul is searching for the goals, like
Mm.
self-reflection, you are introspecting and blah 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 and blah blah blah. You will say yes.
Mm.
So that's your card I got.
Right.
Okay, yes, but if I
Yeah.
focus, if I get the cards, if I read it right according to your situation, then it's
Mm-hmm.
actually good to understand, let's say, like a divine guidance, or, like of late,
Mm.
I think people are actually printing their own tarot cards also.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this has been happening. Like they have, Ganesha guidance, they have Krishna guidance, they have
Mm. Mm.
Jesus speaks. So they have printed their own tarot cards.
How do
So
you marry astrology and tarot reading? Because
I don't,
there are some tarot readers who also predict, right? Like they say, okay, Cancer, this is what is.
nobody, no. It's like there is a numbers which is written on the tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so they actually go by those numbers and then start to,
Okay.
and then let's say there is also those signs which you mentioned. It is written here, like the planets, for example. If you see this, there is, okay, now you can see the chakra is
Mm.
also written. There is
Mm-hmm.
that symbol, the
Yeah.
sun.
And 8 is what Scorpio then.
Yeah, so that's how you go with
Okay.
this, and the color of the card, that's how they try to match it up, but it's
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Mm.
I don't know, there
Neetaji,
are, yes.
I would like to say it like I really love this because I have also gone through just to understand all these things. Uh, I learned astrology just to understand that.
Great.
After that, like astrology is what I am at least like able to relate it, and I do it, and I check it, and it makes sense somewhere. But when
Yes.
I just go to the numerology I did not learn, but then tarot card also I did not learn, but I have bought it just
Hmm.
to check. I have tried to take the readings just to understand how it is to be done, just to experiment it and just to see what exactly is
I'll give you the
happening.
best way to experiment this, okay? You buy any tarot card, where the Rider Waite is the like the most commonly used
Yeah,
one.
I already bought it
You
for me.
bought it.
It
So
is,
what
yes.
what you do is you draw three cards, okay? Ask ChatGPT, I drew these three cards, what does it mean? It'll give you the best reading. Trust me.
Right. Yes. Yeah, because just to understand this, what is going on in the market? What is happening? Because one or the another person is just
Yes.
coming it up like we are just doing this, that, but I have never seen. I really love this because you are at least penetrating these things and like you're really doing a great job. At least like it is an eye opener for so many people because
Yeah.
I am also the one who always just look for the logical stuff. Why? How? Like how
Yes.
can somebody say it? Because it is very, because when I also do is I can also very much come to the person and can tell like this is what happening because I have been into the HR also earlier. So
Right.
the more you connect with the people, then you'll understand the psychology and the pattern of the people very easily. Even if
Yes.
I start talking to the people, I can understand what the other person is just going to do
Yeah.
next. So it's just very
I will
easy
actually show you
to
one.
make people fool. Yeah.
Yeah, one very more interesting thing, okay, about the aura and the colors also.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find that file. If I do, then it's like voila, it's a great thing to have. Let's see.
After checking and testing all these things, I have just gone for like already like the yoga, meditation. That is what
Mm.
I do it, and I really love this. So I think this is one like if anybody comes to me and just ask about like okay, what is going to happen for the next year or something, just see my kundalini. I always just tell them go and do meditation. That is the solution only. Apart from that, I don't tell it to anybody about a remedy and anything. Nothing. I say go and then do the meditation. And this is what it is difficult for everybody to do it.
Yeah,
Nobody
that
does
is,
it because
yeah,
everybody
that is,
wants an easy solution. That's it.
yes, that's what I said. Okay, I found the picture. This will be like the last picture. I have to leave in like 5 minutes. So, so now, if you can see the screen, I will share again. Okay. I went to this kind of place and then I, took this picture where there is a scientific or the science lab or something. So where you can actually click pictures like this with the different color. So what's my aura according to this?
Hmm.
So I guess I have answered the aura shit here. So it is just depending on your, like the lighting, how strained your eyes are, and whatever.
Right.
Okay. Yes, you do
It
carry
is
an
very
aura.
good, Smitaji.
Thank you. This is like, you do have an aura. For example, if you like anybody heard this tuning fork, tongue, you would do, and then you could hear the sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you observe that tuning fork, it used to vibrate, and then it used to like release some kind of vibrations, and then you could see that aura.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
you do carry an aura, but the color, people cannot just stare at you and then tell you the color.
Right.
Okay.
Understood.
Okay, because that definitely depends on the light and this actually you can get different colored like shadow also. That's a very nice place to go. If anybody is in Bangalore, can go to that Mad Labs.
Mad Labs, is it?
Yes, if you're in Bangalore, you can go visit that place. You can have
Yeah,
fun.
we
It's
are.
like a science experiment place where you can go learn a lot of things.
Ma'am,
Yes,
where is that MATLABs in Bangalore?
it's near the palace grounds where this fun world is there.
Okay, okay,
Oh,
okay, ma'am.
Does an aura change with the mood and with your circumstances?
It does. It does. I agree that everybody vibrates and oscillates in a particular frequency because that is
Yeah.
something that I have learned in my civil engineering, and that's how we calculate the earthquake resistance of structures because everything
Right.
has a frequency to vibrate. So we
Exactly.
all do that, and we keep changing.
Yeah.
But it's not that somebody can stare at you and tell you which color your aura is.
No, at least I can't. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think we'll wind up and we'll come back with more interesting stuff again next session.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Smita.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.